Welcome back.
Hello.
We're live. This is my fabulous 8th period class. 8th period, say hi to YouTube.
Hi.
We're working on chapter 11, section 4, areas of regular polygons. This is, what is it, it's the 5th of April, and as I said, you are magnificent 8th period. Will you close the door for me, please, my dear? Thank you so much. All right, we're going to review real quick. What was a polygon?
A shape.
A shape? Mm-hmm. What kind of sides does it have? Straight sides, curvy sides? Straight sides. Regular polygon? What's a regular polygon? A regular polygon is a polygon that is equiangular and equilateral. Equiangular, that's supposed to be an A. Equiangular, equilateral. Equiangular means that all of the angles are the same measure. Equilateral means all the sides are the same measure. Okay? So whatever shape, however many number of sides this is, all of those sides are the same. And we have a formula for the area of a regular polygon. Here's our formula. Our formula says big A for area is equal to 1/2 times this little a times this capital P. The capital P stands for perimeter. How do you find perimeter? You add up all the sides. That one's easy peasy. It's this little a that can get a little complicated. The little a stands for apothem. Yeah, it's a TH, and I know it sounds like I said opossum, like the English word for tacuache, but I didn't say opossum with a lisp. I said apothem. They sound alike.
With a lisp.
With a lisp. An apothem is a segment, so it's a piece of a line that goes from the center of our shape all the way to a side. Any side you want. Okay, so let's draw a polygon. How many sides do you want this polygon to have? Give me a small number, something less than 10.
8.
4, 8. Let's split the difference. Let's go with 6. All right. So halfway between 4 and 6. 4 and 8. Okay, so 6, a 6-sided figure. All right, there's my beautiful 6-sided figure. N equals 6. This is a hexagon. Now, if I wanted to draw the apothem, I would need to start at the center and go toward a side, any side, whichever side you want. Which side should I go toward? To the right. Oh, okay. I'm going to go up and to the right. It has to hit the side. It hits that side in the middle at 90 degrees. Okay. So now our polygon looks something like that with our apothem. I need some numbers, and these can get pretty big. Any number? 7. I like this number. All right. So the side of my hexagon is 7, and all the sides are 7. I need the perimeter of this shape. I'm just going to multiply the number of sides times the measure of the sides. I have 6 sides, and each side is worth 7. What's my perimeter?
42.
42. Which means if I go into my formula for area of a regular polygon, the only thing I'm missing is the measure of the apothem. And then I could find the area. I wasn't given the measure of the apothem. And at this point, I can't just make up a number and put it there. It has to be like the reasonable number. So today, we're going to use trigonometry to show you how it's done. Okay? All right, I'm going to scoot down here. I'm going to draw another hexagon. I'm basically just kind of redrawing the hexagon that I had up there at top. All right, so there's my hexagon again. I know that my perimeter is 42. And I know that if I could just figure out what the apothem is, I could find my area. The line that I drew is my apothem. Here's my apothem right here. In order to figure out the measure of this line, I need to draw one more line in this shape. I need to draw the radius. The radius is going to go from the center to a corner. Any corner, but the corner that helps out the most is the corner that, together with the apothem, helps create a right triangle. Because right triangles let me use trigonometry in order to find measures of sides. All right, so now I have this right triangle that I need to find some angle measures for because I don't know the angle measures. And I need them in order to use trigonometry. Someone's at the door. Thank you. All right, question. Do you want to look up this angle here toward the middle, the central angle? Or do you want to look up one of these angles out here on the edge? Which angle do you want to find? Your choice. The central angle or that one up there at the edge. It doesn't matter. There's a different process on each one, but it'll work no matter which angle you use. Do you want the shortcut, the easy way? Yeah? The easy way would be to find the central angle. In order to find the central angle, I have to think about how many different ways I can cut this shape. I'm just sketching these lightly. If I cut at every single radius and every single apothem, how many slices would I have cut this very strange cake into? 12 pieces. Okay. If I go all the way around the circle, how many degrees would I have gone? 360? Okay. So I had 360 and I cut it into how many pieces? 12. So to figure out the measure of each of these slices here in the center, I'm going to take 360 and divide it by 12. 30. Okay. You said it with such conviction, I'm going to believe you. All right. This shape is starting to get really kind of like hectic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the triangle bigger out this way. Here's my right angle. Here's my 30-degree angle. This is representing my apothem. And now I need the measure of this side right here. The whole side of my hexagon is 7. The apothem cut that into 2 pieces. How much is this one piece?
3.5.
How'd you get 3.5?
7 divided by 2.
7 divided by 2 because it got cut in half. That makes this 3.5. I now have enough to do some trig. All right, let's remember how to do some trig. There's a lot to remember on this one, isn't there? All right. Let's think about trig for a second. What was our saying to help us remember our trig identities, our trig functions?
Something about hippies.
Something about hippies. Spells out Sokotoa. Some old hippie caught
Acid.
another hippie.
Tripping on acid.
Yeah, tripping on acid. Those are our trig functions. Remember that every O in that little phrase represents the side opposite the angle. All the H's are hypotenuse. All the A's are sides adjacent. Okay? Did you have trouble because I gave you all the level B. You have to use the trig because I know that you can get it. But some of you were just sometimes a little shaky on setting these up. Was it because you weren't sure which side was opposite, which side was adjacent? Okay, let's go over those for you right now real quick. Okay, so if I have a right angle, a right triangle, the side across from the right angle, that's always going to be my hypotenuse. So that's always the letter H. Opposite and adjacent depend on where you've put your angle. Imagine for a moment that this is the shape of a room, and you've gone and you've stood in one of the corners. Okay? You're not standing in the right angle corner. You're standing in one of these others. Let's say for a second you're standing in this corner. If you've got your back to that corner, my dear, which wall are you staring at? If you're standing in the corner where the dot is. And your back's to the corner. Which wall are you staring at? Which one's in front of you? I've got a couple people pointing to this one. That is the side opposite the angle. Bless you. Can you see that if you were to change corners and go stand in the other corner that the other side would be opposite now? Good. All right, so if we're standing in this corner, this side is the opposite. That makes this side the adjacent because it's the one that you could reach out and knock on. All right, now using your which side is which, looking back at our original triangle. We have information about this angle right here, which means this side, the 3.5, is it opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse? Which one?
Opposite.
This one's opposite? Okay. And this one, the apothem?
Adjacent.
Is now adjacent. Which of my trig functions uses opposite and adjacent? Ta? Okay. This is adjacent and hypotenuse.
No, sorry.
I want
Toe,
opposite
yeah.
adjacent. Toe. Tangent. Because that's the one with the O in the end. All right. So the tangent of my angle, which is 30 degrees, is equal to the side opposite that angle divided by the side adjacent to that angle. Sky, if you have your phone, if you want to click on, it's streaming right now, so if you want to click on the stream so it's closer to you, you can do that. Okay, just grab your phone. All right, feeling okay with the setup? All right, we want to get A by itself, so we need to solve for A. Right now it's being divided. How do I get it out of that denominator? What am I doing with it? What's happening to it right now?
Multiply.
It's being divided. So what's the opposite of division? Yeah, so we're going to multiply. We're going to multiply both sides by A. So now A times the tangent of 30 equals 3.5. These go away. I want A by itself. How do I get rid of the times tangent 30? Well, how do you undo multiplication? Division. What am I trying to get rid of? The tangent 30, so I'm going to divide by tangent 30. I know it sounds like I'm saying two different things, right? Like tangent and then 30. But all together, they're one number. I don't know what it is, but it's a number. All right, the measure of the apothem is whatever I get when I go into my calculator and I do 3.5 divided by the tangent of 30. So go into your calculators, make sure in their degree mode, and I want you to get some practice pushing those buttons. 3.5, the divide button, find the tangent button. It's in the trig menu next to the number 7. Yeah.
Miss, how do you make sure that it's in degree?
That's a fantastic question. How do you make sure it's in degree mode? If you look at the top right of the screen of your calculator, next to the battery life, it should say DEG.
How do you change it?
And now how do we change it? When you're in your document, there's a button that says doc. Yeah, it's between the on and the menu. press document and then settings and status, document settings, and then go to the angle and change it to degree. Make sure you hit OK when you're done. And now that document should be in degree mode. Yeah. All right, read off the number you have on your screen.
So just answer.
Hit enter and then read off that number.
6.062.
All right, everyone else, I'd like you to confirm his number. Make sure that you're agreeing. Yes, yes. We're agreeing with this number that you've typed in 3.5 divided by, and then tangent 30. And we want to make sure that we're all getting the same number. And if we're not, that you know how to change it from radian to radian to degree. Do you get the same number? Yes? Yes? She's still working? Yes? Yes, good. Over here, you got the same number? No, you haven't pushed the buttons in the calculator. Oh, push the buttons in the calculator. I've got two. What's that?
Yeah, that's right.
Did you get the same number? Poke him. Did you get this number, dude? Oh, you're on the live stream. Okay. Sorry. Well, get this number. Push this button and then confirm first. Did you get it finally? Yes. Thumbs up on that one. And then over here finally. He's pushing. He's trying. Having trouble finding the 3. Where's the number? This one. Yes? Awesome. Okay, good. That is the measure of the apothem. Yay! Which means we can finally find the area of the polygon. I know, right? Like, we did all of that and it's not even like the answer. Because that value,
I thought it was a way different problem.
this value, goes right here. All right. All of that in your calculator. 1/2 times 6.062 times 42. Enter. It's a race. Who can read off their number first?
127.302.
127.302.
302.
All right. I need some confirmations. A thumbs up or a nod or a yep, really loud. All that works. Okay, I got a nod.
Oh, I haven't even.
It's okay. Yep, got another one. I got a thumbs up. Got another thumbs up. Those of you watching the live stream right now, hit a thumbs up when you confirm this. And I got a thumbs up from the live stream. Nice. Cool beans. All right, that's it. That's how you find the area of these things. Do you want me to write out the steps you should take? Yes? Okay. We'll put them here. All right, steps. Step number 1. Find perimeter. Because that's going to be the easiest thing for you to do. 2. Draw an apothem. Do not name him Jerry the Tacuache. That would be great. Draw a radius next to the apothem. And you're doing that so you can create a right triangle. Find the angle measure in the right triangle that you have created. It doesn't matter which of the 2 angles you use. That's a scribble. Ignore that. That's a scribble. Skip that. I messed up. I was trying to draw a triangle. Next to the apothem. So step 1, find the perimeter. Step 2, draw an apothem. Step 3, draw a radius next to the apothem. Step 4, find the angle measure inside of your right triangle. 5. Use trig to find measure of apothem. Six, use your formula. Thank you. All right, any questions on any of the steps that you'd like me to dig in a little bit more? Did you want me to use one of my off colors to number my work in terms of which step? So that way you can go back. I had a couple knots. Okay. So let me do that. I'm going to do that right now. I know it's off screen, but I also have some people that are still writing these down. The steps. Okay, everyone's done writing the steps. So you're right. You're done writing the steps. Okay. And then so here it is. I'm starting to write in, and you're looking at the pink numbers that are circles. Number 5 is definitely the biggest step. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream now because we've got all the information, and I'll be around to help you guys individually. Thanks.